Formula One, the Austin Grand Prix, and a lot has happened. A lot has happened. The sprints. I mean, we all thought like it could be a normal sprint where except lap one, not much after that. But oh my god, well, yeah, something happened at lap one, but it was very very serious. I tell you that. And you see the incident. There was a crash, chaos involving two McLaren drivers, Nico Hulkenberg, Fernando Alonso. Um, I think, from my perspective from that incident is that I think Nico Hulkenberg was mostly his fault, in my opinion. But when I look back at the replay, I think also Oscar has to take some blame. Of course, Nico Hulkenberg needs to take some blame, but also Hulkenberg and Oscar have to take some blame, because Oscar, like he should have known when he was doing the switchback on trying to overtake Lando again. He should have known that someone was behind him, and pinched in the back, pinched in the back of Nico Hulkenberg, like in the back or in the back of Nico Hulkenberg, and he should, there was mirrors to see, he should have seen with his mirrors where Nico Hulkenberg was going, because to use that switchback when, especially in a tight corner like Austin, where yeah, listen, if you use that switchback on Lando like in lap 56, lap 40, lap 30, I understand, but lap 1, turn 1, and the cars are squeezed and everybody's going, and then because a race start can be crazy. I think that was very very risky, and it was not the right thing for Oscar to do. However, Nico Hulkenberg as well, he has to take some blame, because he crashed into the back of Oscar, which led to Oscar crashing into the back of Lando, and Oscar has a suspension damage. Lando, the car with he had the problem with his tire, so he couldn't continue. So Hulkenberg, listen, I think it was a racing incident. We've seen that incident happen in the past, so it's a racing incident, nothing intentional. I have people say, "Oh, Nico Hulkenberg is a friend of Max Verstappen, so he's trying to help him." I don't believe that, because let's not forget Nico Hulkenberg was starting fourth. So I think he'd have liked to, score some great points. Maybe even get a sprint podium, but he does something very very strange, which leads to the chaos. So, and Fernando Alonso, for the reason of that, he was out. But yeah, it was a chaos, crazy sprint. And Verstappen ended up winning the sprint. However, there was a bit of a fight between him and Russell, as Russell tried to overtake him, but he misunderstood, and then that led to Verstappen going off the track, and because it seemed like Russell, he went for the move, but it seemed like he went for it in the wrong way, like he misunderstood, like he missed the corner. You understand what I mean? So I think that's maybe Verstappen why, and Verstappen was not happy about that in the radio, which I understand why. Verstappen, had to go off and come back and still have that position in the first position. People say, "Oh, it should have been a penalty." No, why should it be a penalty? George still didn't overtake Verstappen. Max was, before the incident, Max was still first. After that, Max was still first. So, but yeah, I love this battle between these two. Always a fascinating battle between Max Verstappen and George Russell. But yeah, Max Verstappen ends up winning the sprint, and also because there was another safety car, because Stroll crashed into the back of Ocon. I don't know what was Stroll thinking, honestly. But yeah, Verstappen winning the sprint. That's an 8-point swing on the two McLaren drivers. George Russell finishing second. Carlos Sainz, another great performance by him, getting a sprint podium. He got a podium, the real podium in Baku, where he deserved it, and he did really well. And in this race, he deserved it to some extent, but he also had a bit of luck because of the tire world shenanigans. But yeah, great. It doesn't take away from him. So well done, congratulations to him and to Williams. Ferrari, they finished fourth and fifth. That's an amazing from Ferrari. Kvyat Antonelli, Tsunoda, Albon got in the points. Some drivers like Bam got a penalty, got penalties. So yeah, it was a crazy sprint, crazy. So yeah, safety cars, incidents, crash, crazy. But yeah, Verstappen gaining 8 points on the McLaren drivers, and he has a great chance to gain more and more and more on them if you look at the qualifying, because in qualifying he got pole, and boy, what a way he did it. He was purple in three purple sectors. That's how he was in three purple sectors. That's how good. That's how good he was. Amazing performance from Verstappen, and he didn't need to go for the second run for the second lap in Q3. I mean, listen, a lot of people are going to give credit to Verstappen for the performance, and a lot, and rightly so. I mean, absolutely amazing from him. But you also have to give credit to Red Bull because the pace of Red Bull was very good. You can clearly see from Q1 to Q3, the pace was very strong. I think if I'm not mistaken, Verstappen was the fastest in all the qualifying sessions. If I'm not mistaken, he was fast. He was first in Q1, and he was first in Q3, and he was first in Q2. He was first in all the qualifying sessions. So and he did like 6 laps less than Lando, and 5 laps less than Oscar. Um, like he did the less laps out of the guys who are on the top 10. I mean, amazing. Like it's like a football team where they don't need that much chances, and when they have the chance, they take it decisively and they score the goal and they win the match. That's what Verstappen does. Amazing, fantastic, great lap. We have to give credit to Red Bull because the pace of Red Bull has been very good and been very strong, especially after the summer break. The pace has been fantastic, especially in the Monza and Baku. So very good, but still, even though the pace is very good from Red Bull, and currently, in my opinion, they're faster than McLaren because the McLaren dominance has kind of went away. Um, yeah, you have to still give credit to Verstappen for taking that advantage because sometimes McLaren drivers they don't always take advantage of for example Suzuka, Imola, uh, maybe not, maybe Imola, maybe because but I think Red Bull was very fast in that race, but Japan, which race as well. So there's been like one or two or three races where like they could have should have made it more comfortable for themselves. And another thing, and they didn't win in the margin that Verstappen did in Monza. So yeah, that's what separates Max Verstappen from the rest. That he is very consistent. He's the best, and he's even though when he doesn't have the fast car, he can still do the job. But this time, Red Bull were very fast, so you have to give credit to Red Bull, but also to Verstappen because that was a great drive for him once again. And that pole position, and is and the guy who's leading the championship, who's had a difficult weekend, is Oscar Piastri, who's in sixth position. Now, I've heard people say that Oscar Piastri is crumbling, he's cracking under pressure. Listen, he's still 22 points clear. He still has amazing lead over the championship. So, I think Oscar Piastri fans should tranquilo, calm down. He's having a setback, but he still has a great lead for the championship. Great lead, 22 points. Pff, he would love that. He would love that. So, I still think Oscar still has a great chance of winning the championship. But that's great news from Verstappen and for Norris, who were the guys in top two. Norris had some difficulties in his car, obviously, his car crashing in sprint without the fault of Norris, and McLaren had to sort of fix the car quickly and be prepared for qualifying very quickly, and so was Oscar's car, to be fair as well. And there was problem with the left wheel of Norris, etc. But he managed to do well and get and finish second. So we have to give also credit to him for that. Leclerc third, great considering Ferrari were very poor in Friday. Great qualifying from result for Leclerc. Oscar Piastri sixth. I mean that could be huge for him. If Verstappen wins this race and Oscar Piastri finishes sixth, that means Verstappen is 38 points behind Oscar Piastri. I mean, he's certainly on. He's clearly on. We joke and say, "Oh, surely Verstappen's not going to do it." But if Verstappen wins tomorrow, and Piastri still doesn't finish in the podium, it's for sure still on. Even if like let's say even if Oscar like finished third, we will still say it's on because if Verstappen we will stay on, we would say it's on because the momentum he has, the experience he has, and you can clearly see those McLaren drivers. They're very good drivers, but they don't have the level of consistency that Verstappen has. So yeah, but but yeah, fantastic from Verstappen. Great news for him, and great news for Lando because he is how many places? Yeah, four places ahead of Oscar Piastri. So yeah, Bambi did really well in qualifying, finishing eighth. You've got Yuki Tsunoda struggled out in Q2. Difficult Hajar with a crash. He's not had the best weekend for him so far. So Kim Antonelli seventh. Alonso and Sainz were in the top 10, so well done to them. My prediction, um I think Verstappen should win this race easily. Easily. I think Verstappen will win the race. Second position, Lando Norris, and third position, Oscar Piastri. That's my prediction. That's it, guys. Thank you. I wish you have a great day, and see you next time. Bye.